Good morning, everyone. We're here on Sun Up on 7. Thank you so much for joining us once more. If you're just waking up, making your stretches, let me remind you that our first conversation was making health accessible by making the use of telemedicine. So there's a new app, which is One Med Belize, which makes it more accessible for you to make your consultations, make your appointment with your doctor, and do a proper follow-up, because health access is your right, and we just want to make it more accessible to you. And continuing with the topic of health access, we talk about payment incentives and how can you go about making your arrangements with the KHMH and giving us an insight and an orientation into what the payment incentive plan is about. We have representatives from KHMH on our couch today. Let me introduce our guests. We have Ms. Sharine Reyes, Financial Comptroller. How are you, Ms. Sharine? It's Wednesday. How is your vibe?
Well, I'm ready for whatever questions you guys have. This is my first time on a talk show, so...
Okay, okay. Well, we thank you for taking the time and making the effort to join us.
And I'm excited to be here to explain more about what's happening at KHMH.
Beautiful. We love that energy. Mr. Tylon Tillett, Public Relations at KHMH. It's good that you're finally on our couch.
Definitely.
How are you feeling today, sir?
I'm feeling well. It's the middle of the week and looking to get over the hump. Yeah.
Well, we're here too on that same energy. And Ms. Sharine Reyes, Ms. Natalie Flowers. How are you, Ms. Natalie?
I'm good, excited to get the public involved in the good things that are happening at KHMH.
Beautiful. So with that energy, let's get started with the conversation.
Yes, I'm excited because when I see the discounts, I'm just like, yeah, discounts! I love discounts to my people. But I want to get into the nitty-gritty of why it was needed to do a payment incentive program like this. So, Mr. Tillett, would you take it away in that aspect of, like, what was the breaking point or the point that said, you know what, let's be, creative and let's do something like this and give back still, because discounts is a way of giving back. Tell us a little bit.
At the KHMH, we're very cognizant that possibly at the time of illness, you might not have the finances to take care of your bill. You're trying to take care of yourself. You might not be employed or partially employed while being sick. And so we looked at our numbers and statistics and realized that since 2015, we've had patients that have owed us for a period of time, and maybe now that person might be in a better standing to take care of their medical situation. A bill, you know, most Belizeans are good people, and if there's a bill, it's hanging over your head. And so we wanted to offer them a way to remind them that this bill is here and that, hey, you can come in and take care of us, and we can take care of you by offering a large discount if you were to come in and clear up that bill.
You know, I like how you started, Mr. Tillett, by saying that the fact that you don't have the finances to pay your health needs
In that moment.
your health access is not going to be denied. And I feel like that also bugs a lot of people that, oh my gosh, I am sick. How will I pay? How will I go and make my appointment? So hearing this is very, very comforting for folks that might have been, you know, on the fence about going to access healthcare. So thank you so much for starting with that. So let's talk about the incentives. So should you take it away?
Yeah, so the incentive started by the board seeing the need for raising funds. So they asked the collection committee along with the finance department to come up with an incentive program, and that was our proposal. The discount was not as much, but the board asked that the discount be increased so that we could help during, we're still in the pandemic.
Yeah.
So they asked that we could assist with, you know, raising it a little. So we did. We went through a process. We went over all the outstanding bills, which is a significant amount. We went over the different items that we needed to purchase and all of that, and what it would come up to, and what, if we got a percentage of this paid off, what we would be able to invest in. Therefore, we went again to the board with the new incentive proposal, and it was approved. We started it the beginning of October. It is supposed to run for only 3 months. So at the end of December, we'll still, even though you're coming in with a discount offered to you, we're still going to give you a chance to win a raffle of $2,000.
Wow.
So with that said, Mr. Tillett took it away as a PR. He was responsible for ensuring that all these little nitty-gritty came together and was presentable. He did the flyers, he did all the other promotional stuff and got everything put together banners and all of that, so that this could be a more attractive to the public. People like to see big flashy colors.
Yes, they do. They get excited. And when I say like flashy colors and discount and anything like that, we get more excited because what I'm thinking about is you say it runs up to December, right? So in that time period, anytime they can come in and say, okay, from 2015, we're thinking about these bills. I have this X, Y, and Z amount of bill and I need to pay it, right? And I realize, you know, if I pay 100% on my bill, I get 40% discount, which is, guys, that's really big.
Yeah, and like Mr. Tillett mentioned earlier, your bills are already subsidized. We are at our bare minimum of what we could charge you. So giving another discount to this, only the public can benefit.
Yeah.
Definitely, definitely.
I know you mentioned about what can be invested in. Could you just briefly take us through some of the things that maybe, you know, getting these finances could help the KHMH with? Because, you know, we want our healthcare system to be at its best, but we actually have to do our part too as well and pay with bills. So tell us a little bit about where do you think we can be able to take it? We have this 3 months, but a lot can happen in 3 months if people just like pick up on this and say, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get, you know, be effective and start, you know, my payment.
Well, we know that all around the country we have a shortage of a lot of items in the medical area, and KHMH is no different. We have shortages of medication, we are subsidized by the government. So whatever we receive, it's not enough to cover what we're already, and the huge demand by the patients for different medication or supplies and stuff like that. So a lot of the times our nurses have to be substituting in different areas.
Got it.
We would not want to, we want to give the best service that we could offer. But in order for us to do that, we need to be putting our portion to the already subsidized part.
Yeah.
And even me as a patient, if I go in there, I want to pay something. I want to know that I'm paying towards something because I'm getting a service, and we always want the best service for free.
Especially when it comes to healthcare, right? You want to be comfortable knowing that when I get to the hospital, exactly the quality of care that I'm going to be receiving.
They have everything. They're able, they only could do that if they have the finances to do it.
Definitely.
We are the National Referral Center. What does that mean? That all cases in the districts that are of a level is related to the KHMH. So the KHMH is this room where it's hard to budget for because we don't know how much people will be coming in this room for time. And just to give you some numbers, we have 700 staff. We operate 24/7. We are the largest single roof employer in the country. We've been open since 1995. Every individual in there needs to be paid. Every drip that is used, electricity is burning, water comes at a cost, healthcare comes at a cost.
Yeah.
And when you use our service and it is not paid, suppose your grandchild, your brother, your sister comes back to the KHMH, there is a risk that that person might not get the same level of service because we didn't collect a little fee, because we don't charge at the KHMH. We ask you for a fee that is reflective of a part of what it actually costs to bring healthcare to the individual. So based on public discourse as of late, one of the things that we can invest these monies in, a CT scan. Understand me? We have a physical plant facility that was built in 1990, I believe. We opened in 1995. So it's an old building, so it requires constant repairs.
Right.
We have to replace equipment. The KHMH is trying to keep ahead of medical technology. So all these things we need to buy. And so your contribution to your bill helps us to ensure that we remain open and we can give you the best level of care possible.
All right, so thank you for giving us, how does payments translate to like KHMH providing high quality care for patients. Now the big question is, how can persons go about enrolling into this payment plan? So I'm going to invite you, Ms. Natalie, to share that with us. How can folks that have their outstanding bills come to KHMH, register, and benefit from the incentive available?
Okay, well, the first step with the payment incentive program, we started working on weekends where we have a list of patients, you know, who have outstanding debts since 2015 up to the period 2020. And we have been reaching out to them, calling them, informing them, you know, that you currently have an outstanding bill here at KHMH. Well, this is your opportunity to come in and do good on that bill. You know, we're offering you up to 40% discount if you come in and clear off that bill in full. So we have been calling them every day during the week, during normal working hours, and then on Saturday we have been going the extra mile and reaching out to them. However, if you know that you have an outstanding bill here at KHMH, then, you know, we would like for you to come into the Carl Hirschner Memorial Hospital and go to the collections department and talk to one of our clerks. You know, we're very friendly, we're very open, you know. We try to work with you as best as you can. We know that times are rough and it's a bit difficult for everyone, you know. So not everyone might be able to pay that money in lump sum, in a lump sum. But if you come in and you just sign a payment plan, re-sign a payment plan, you are offered one ticket towards this $2,000 raffle. So you might not have that money to come in and pay that lump sum, but you might just be lucky to walk away with $2,000 that you can contribute back to the hospital and pay your bill. You know, so we do try to reach out to patients. You know, we have the ones that have large bills. You know, you might not be able to come in, like I said before, you might not be able to come in and pay one lump sum, but we try to work with you as best as you can. Come in and make small payments, you know, until you are back on your feet to make, you know, larger payments and, you know, clear off the bills that you have here with us. You know, that little that you give goes a long way.
Definitely. You know, what I've noticed from the flyer that you share with us, that there's different levels of discount that somebody can get. I mean, that's very, very, very nice in regards to what payment you're making, but also, as you rightly mentioned, you can win some money as well, right? So that's kind of like two incentives that you're getting there. One, you're getting a discount, and next thing you're getting a raffle ticket. So, wow, I mean, that's quite a treat, right?
I know Mr. Tillett was just mentioning when we were on commercial break, just how people to understand that KHMH is not fully by the government. So can you just explain that so people understand why, you know, it's not just, oh, you get this free service or whatever it is? Because I think that's sometimes people's mentality where they come in and they're just like, I'm supposed to get whatever it is and I don't have to pay no bill and the government will pay for me or whatever it is, you know? So can you just like touch base on that so people understand?
Ms. Reyes can correct me if I'm wrong, but the government provides subvention for the KHMH. We are an authority since 2001, and I believe that the government provides something to the tune of $26 million a year in a subvention that allows us to ask the public for a fee to what it costs to provide care. In comparison, if you were to look at a night at one of the other private hospitals, you are looking at a few $1,000s. I can share with you guys, and like I said, these ladies know the numbers. A night at the KHMH, I think it's $50 per night to be there for one night.
25.
25.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And so our numbers are very low. And I've met people that have been to the private hospitals, and then they decided to use KHMH services, and they said, wow, this is all you guys charge, and they paid their bill on time. And I want to remind the public, the same people that are at the private facilities primarily work for us. I like to give a joke and say maybe they're smiling over there and maybe the AC is cooler over there, but they primarily work for us. So you are getting the same level of care that you would get at the private hospitals with KHMH.
Okay. So as we wrap up this conversation, Ms. Natalie, I want to ask you to please reach out to our viewers and share with them how can they go about making an appointment to come and make their payment plan. And once more, remind them. I already shared that they can just come to the collection agent and make your arrangements. But in case they want to call and that kind of thing, can you
or is there a
please share
specific
a number?
time too as well that would be more convenient for you when they come in or so? Because we don't want nobody to come like around 7 o'clock at night.
No. The collection department works from 8 in the morning until 5, and then on the weekends we work from 8 until 4, but only on Saturday. So it's working hours are 8 to 5, Monday to Friday, and then on Saturday up until December, we work 8 to 4. The numbers for our collection unit is 223-5687. You can call that direct number and get in contact, reach one of the collection clerks. or you can call one of the numbers, Carl Husher number, and just ask to be transferred to the collections department.
Okay, is there like any information they're supposed to bring up front with them? Maybe...
No, just their name, and
Just
we have
their name
every
and
information. We
All
have
right.
their patient statement. Likewise, you can text 615-5371 and ask for your bill to be WhatsApp to you. We will go ahead and WhatsApp to you.
All right.
We will go ahead and WhatsApp your patient statement. We do the breakdown for you, so we would send to you, if you pay your bill in full, what would be your new bill with the 40% discount, or if you reach out to us and say that you want to pay 50% of the bill that you have with us, we would work it out and inform you, what would be the total with the 30% included. So any questions that you have, call us at 223-5687, and we'll be able to answer your questions.
Beautiful. Thank
And
you
this
for that.
runs
Yes.
until December, what?
31st.
31st. So full on till the ending of this
Yes.
year. 3 months they have for get in it. Well, it's good from 2015, the beginning of 2015, right? The bills there from the beginning.
2015 up to 2020.
Okay, perfect. So I think this is a great opportunity, guys. We understand that Khmh is doing a lot of work, and it costs for the work. Cheap on a bunch of words. So let's make sure we work together with them. They have created an amazing incentive program that can be able to give us discounts, and we can be able to take advantage of the fact that we need to pay our bills, but at a discounted rate. And you could win $2,000 store as well, going at the raffle, and depending on how much you're the thing, you get more raffle ticket.
Right.
Start a New Year break.
Exactly. Imagine you pay your bill, and your bill maybe not that expensive or so. You get about $2,000 out of nowhere. Christmas look good, or New Year's look good for you. New Year's resolution, I get new money. Like, think about all of that. But I really want to thank you so much for this initiative, because it's great to see we're trying to work with the population to see how we can all benefit. Get the bills paid, and also get them to have a little bit of less hassle to pay the bills, and that's what
And
makes
a peace
it
of
better.
mind,
Yeah, a peace of mind too, because
Yes.
we really want to invest in, but guys, it's a team effort. We can't expect them to do every single thing. Pay on the bills for me, please and thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us to give us this information.
Thank you.
It was a
Thank
pleasure
you for
having
having
you,
us.
for making the time and effort. Thanks.
So
Thank
with
you,
that,
guys.
guys, we go to our next commercial break. When we're back, we're going to be having the beautiful Miss Y grace us with our presence. She has her crown and her sash. Her breakfast
She's
for me, I
ready.
don't know. But we are ready for her, and we're super excited to be welcoming Miss Caroline. Well, Miss Cece, I can't even say the name proper after what she's affectionately known as. So stay tuned for the exciting segment. We'll be right back.